Germany, the land of no-limit autobahns. But these days, the only thing with no limit is the price of fuel. Why is it that while the rest of the world fluctuates, Germany seems to be stuck in a permanent state of expensive? It's not just taxes anymore. It's a geopolitical chess game where the German driver is the pawn. From the trenches in Ukraine to the warships in the Middle East, today we're looking at why filling your tank in Munich or Berlin feels like buying a piece of fine jewelry. For decades, Germany had a deal: cheap, reliable Russian energy. It was the backbone of the German economy. Then came February 2022. Germany made a historic choice: to cut the cord. No more Russian oil, no more Russian gas. But here's the reality check. When you cut off your biggest, cheapest supplier, you don't just find a new one overnight for the same price. Germany is now outbidding other nations for LNG from the US and oil from Norway and the Middle East. It's cleaner politically, sure, but it's a logistical nightmare that adds a massive morality premium to every liter of diesel you buy. If you want to know why your fuel price jumped this morning, don't look at Berlin. Look at the Middle East. The escalating conflict between Israel and Iran, with the US caught in the middle, is like throwing a match into a powder keg. Oil markets hate uncertainty. Every time a drone is launched or a threat is made, traders panic. And because Germany is so heavily dependent on global imports, now that it's shunned Russia, it is hypersensitive to these shocks. When tensions rise in Tehran, the price rises in Frankfurt. Period. But there is one specific nightmare scenario that keeps German economists awake at night: the Strait of Hormuz. This tiny strip of water controlled by Iran is the world's most important oil artery. 1/5 of the world's total oil consumption passes through here. Iran has repeatedly threatened to close it. If that happens, we aren't just talking about expensive fuel. We're talking about a global supply shock that could send prices to €3 or €4 per liter. Germany, with its massive industrial base and no domestic oil, is more vulnerable to this chokehold than almost any other EU nation. Now, combine that global chaos with Germany's own internal green agenda. Even while global prices are volatile, the German government is doubling down on the CO2 tax. It's a double whammy. You have high global costs because of wars, and high domestic costs because of climate policy. It's the perfect storm. The government wants you out of your combustion engine car, and they are using the price tag to push you out. This is why fuel tourism is at an all-time high. Why pay German prices when you can drive 20 minutes into Poland or Luxembourg and save €20 on a full tank? The German gas station owners near the borders are screaming for help. But as long as the geopolitics stay messy and the taxes stay high, the tankin' exodus will continue. At the end of the day, when the politicians finish their speeches and the oil traders close their laptops, there is one person left holding the bill: the ordinary worker. The person who wakes up at 5 a.m. to drive to a factory, the nurse heading to a night shift, or the small business owner trying to keep their van on the road. For them, these aren't just geopolitical shifts or green transitions. This is money taken directly from their children's future, their vacations, and theirs peace of mind. Germany is at a crossroads, caught between its industrial past and a volatile, uncertain future. But if you ask the person behind the wheel at any Aral or Shell station today, they'll tell you the same thing. They don't want energy wars. They don't want to be pawns in a global chess match. Is it worth it for energy independence? Or is the price of going green and going west too high? Let us know your thoughts below. Hit that subscribe button for more global truth. See you in the next one.